Okay. Match day at the All England 2025 first round match facing Chi Yen in the first round. Player that I have never played against before. So that'll be interesting. I slept quite well this night. Didn't wake up fully drained in sweat or anything. My throat is only a tiny bit sore, not as much as the previous 3 or 4 days. So, all in all, I'm getting better. Hopefully, I can get through this first round and then get even better day by day. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Okay guys, welcome back to another video from your favorite badminton player, Antonsen. So we're here, or I am here, to give you guys an update. And what you just saw in the first clip was me at the All England 2025. And as you could tell in the video, I was not feeling very well. I was basically sick at the time I recorded the video, and yeah, my bad luck has struck once again. Last time was this previous week leading up to the European Championships, and I just wanted to take you guys through some of my thoughts of these last few months, because yeah, I feel like my bad luck has struck twice, and it's unfortunate. But first of all, let's take it from the start. I played many tournaments in the end of last year, from November and up until almost the beginning of February. I was quite busy with tournaments. It went from, I think it was like the China Masters to the World Tour Finals, to the King's Cup, to the Malaysia Open, and then to the Indonesia Masters. I was pretty busy. I was doing well, playing a lot of tournaments. But after these many weeks of on and off tournaments, I was really looking forward to get into some consistency with my training again. So from Indonesia Masters until the All England, I had like 5 weeks or something like that. And I was eager to get back to training, and I was looking forward to trying to be as ready as possible for the All England. And everything was going perfectly according to plan. I was working hard. I was dialed in when it comes to diet, yeah, physical work, everything was going just as planned. But 10 days before I was about to play in Birmingham, I somehow, not really sure yet, but I managed to injure my left calf. I'm not totally sure what happened, but that meant that I was not able to practice properly for 5-6 days. So all I could do was technical stuff. I could do cycling, I could do some strength work, lift some weights, but still there I was limited to some certain exercises. So definitely not ideal, and these 5-6 days was super frustrating. I then started to get a little bit back to badminton, and I could move slowly around, but then I got sick. So then I was sick for 4-5 days, all the way leading up to my first match at the All England. So that actually meant that I didn't experience high intensity badminton for 10-11 days. My last high intensity practice was actually in Paris. I made a video from Paris. I guess you guys have been seeing that one as well. Hopefully you have. So obviously not very ideal. I went to the All England, did my best, lost in the second round. I wasn't too hard on myself. I went to Switzerland, lost in the second round. Wasn't too hard on myself either, because the purpose of going there was basically just to play some badminton and get back to some sort of consistency. But obviously super frustrating. All England was the first big goal of 2025, and since everything was going perfectly for 4 out of 5 weeks, yeah, it definitely wasn't a good experience. Then I went to Athens for a few days to take my mind off everything, to reset and regroup, and I came back to Denmark super motivated for the upcoming 2 weeks, because that was the 2 weeks leading up to the European Championships played last week here on home soil in Denmark. So obviously also a big thing and a big goal. But yeah, I was motivated for these 2 weeks, and once again I tapped into this structure that I like. I was super dialed, did everything as good as I could. And then 4 days out from the event, I guess it started like maybe Saturday evening or maybe Sunday, I started to feel sick again. This time was different. The first one was just a regular flu, where the throat is really hurting, and I had a little bit of fever, and yeah, just didn't feel good. But this one was basically something to do with my stomach, and once again, I'm not totally sure how this incident became a thing. I'm not really sure what I have done differently, but I think my guess is that I just have been unlucky with some food that I've been eating at a restaurant maybe or something, but I haven't really changed anything dramatically. So that's also one reason why it's frustrating, obviously. But my stomach was super bloated and very, very painful. I had zero energy. I couldn't practice, I couldn't do anything. I was just sleeping all day and just being super, super tired. So if I tried to do any physical activity, I just had zero energy, and it was painful in the stomach as well. So I had to pull out from the European Championships. Before I even got started, I didn't even step on court for one single rally. Yeah, obviously very frustrating, and when you feel like you do everything you can in the lead up and also feel like you are in a very good spot, it's frustrating, definitely. There's not much else to say. It sucks very, very bad. But so that's kind of like back-to-back bad luck, I guess. So what's there to do about it? Is there any lessons learned from these experiences? To be honest, I feel like I've just gotten quite unlucky, because I didn't really do anything where I was like, obviously, Anders, you shouldn't go to a nightclub, or you shouldn't drink alcohol, or you shouldn't eat these types of food. It's not like I did anything that was super obvious that was a bad choice. I have been doing everything as I normally do, and sometimes the bad luck just hits you, and you can't really avoid getting sick. I mean, at this time around in Denmark especially, I feel like many people is getting the flu. So maybe I need to distance myself a little bit more from people in general leading up to something like the All England. Try to cut down on the restaurant visits. Maybe that could be something that I need to do. But I was actually pretty careful. I was supposed to see multiple friends where I was like, you feel okay, you don't feel sick or anything. And if they had just some slight sickness in their body, or had or their relatives had, then we decided to not see each other. So I feel I was pretty careful, but it is unavoidable, unfortunately. You can't really do much about it. So I think one thing that I will share with you guys as a lesson, and something that you need to be very, very good at in this life, because as I say, it goes up and down in show business. Sometimes it's going very well and it's just awesome, and then the next few months can be tough, and where you feel like you try your best, but things will just not work out in your favor. And that's the life. That's how it is, and that's how it goes. So therefore, you need to be able to say, it is what it is. Don't let the unavoidable stress you out too much, even though I would have loved to play the European Championships, but I don't really gain anything from telling myself that day in and day out. Basically just gotta move on and say, that's that happened, try to learn from it and move on, and don't stick to the past. Don't feel too sad about it or whatever, because it's not really going to do you any good to stick to the past for too long. So that's where I'm at the moment. Yeah, so the All England was a shame. The European Championships was a shame, but I can still pat myself on the back, say I did what I could in the lead up, and I got quite unlucky just leading up to, and then move on back to training. Obviously, by the time you feel okay again, and there's no illness, or just by the time you can get back to work, get straight back to work and work yourself back up again. And that's what I'm in the process of doing, leaving the past behind and trying one more time. So the good thing is that I don't feel sick anymore. No issue with the stomach. I'm slowly getting back to training. I've already been doing both badminton sessions and some physical sessions as well. So and I feel energized. I feel good again. So I cross my fingers that it'll stay like this, and I wouldn't get sick again. But obviously there's no guarantees in life. But guys, the next thing is the Sudirman Cup. So we will depart here from Denmark in 1.5 weeks. So I'll do my absolute best to be prepared for that. I feel like I'm really jinxing myself, but let's give it another try. Let's get back to work, try to prepare as good as I can, and be ready for that. It's also followed by many tournaments, which I'm really looking forward to. So I want to be fit and ready for that. And the good thing is that even though I did not gain anything in the tournaments from all the work that I've been putting in between, I feel like I'm in a good spot. So once the fatigue from the illness is gone, I'm pretty sure I'm back to a very good spot, and I'm ready to move on from this place. So that's it, guys. I just want to check in with you, share with you this little bumpy ride that I have been on in the last few months, and at the same time let you know that I'm in a good spot now, and I'm ready to move on, and I will chase the good luck. It doesn't just come to you. You need to chase it and earn it. That's my mentality. So that's it, guys. On a last note, go to aashop.dk and check out my new web shop, where I have launched some personal merchandise. There's some apparel, some t-shirts, some caps. There's this cup that I like very much to drink my coffee in now. There's this lunchbox, a tote bag, and also I'm selling Victor products and Forza products as well. So if there's anything you guys need, go in there and check it out. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.